Welcome to the Daily Brew. I'm Jack Brewer. All right, black folks, enough of the convenient social justice. Enough. We stay quiet while these black Democratic politicians vote to keep our boys, our men, our fathers locked up. We don't say anything about it. They vote against it. They passed the 94 crime bill, passed mass incarceration. We say nothing. But we want to stand up for things that make no sense. We're now allowing everyone else to use racism as if they went through slavery. Joe Biden and his entire party now is calling the president racist for calling China out for spreading the virus and lying to people all the way across the world. Listen to what his senior advisor just said.
He also stood at the podium and called the coronavirus COVID-19 what I would suggest is a racial slur. It's something that is offensive to many Chinese Americans.
To call it a Chinese virus when it originated in China, why is that a problem?
It's something that is offensive. It is something that is offensive to many Americans. And so the reality is, instead of name-calling, instead of pointing fingers, instead of talking about poll numbers,
let's be serious.
Let's just talk about what we can
for a second
done.
here. You know, the MERS virus is MERS. Do you know, wait a minute. Do you know why it's called MERS? Why is it called MERS, that virus?
You tell me, Martha. You brought it up.
Because it's called the Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome, because that's where it originated. So this idea, you know, this sort of rabbit hole of you know, getting into this whole issue of racism, I just think is so counterproductive to what we're trying to do here. And I just talked to this amazing scholar on China moments ago who said absolutely China at the leadership level has tried to obfuscate and be everything but transparent since the very beginning. They lied and lied and lied.
So funny. Joe Biden and his campaign, they use race because they have nothing else. They use race because they don't have any policies. They use race because actually Joe Biden literally drafted the 94 crime bill that mass incarcerated black men all across America, pulling them out of our homes, pulling them out of our families. But I don't see a big uproar from my brothers and sisters about that. No, they come out in droves to support him. Came out in South Carolina in droves to support him. Why? Because the South Carolina senator, black man, Senator Clyburn, who also voted for the mass incarceration bill, is sickening. Sickening to see other black people not stand up for the real rights of black folks. They want to stand up for the propaganda and for the lip service, but when it comes to action, they're quiet. I call it convenient social justice. I've talked about this many times. It happens in sports, it happens in music, it happens across the board for our leaders. We only stand up when things are cool, but we don't stand up for the real issues that are affecting our society. We don't stand up for the real policies that are hurting black people. I had to call out a few people in the past. Watch this scene about Colin Kaepernick, who actually stood up for the dictators and the terrorists in Iran over America. Watch this.
But, Jack, let me switch gears a little bit because I'd be curious your take on Colin Kaepernick accusing this country of targeting minorities after the killing of this Iranian general Soleimani. What did you make of that?
You know, this is more of a convenient social justice. I've talked about this before. You know, America has a horrible history with slavery, Jim Crow, civil rights bills, but we've made progress. And so whenever we have influencers like Colin, and I don't disagree with everything Colin says, on this one he's missing the boat. You know, they talk on both sides of their mouths here because they talk about social justice, but Colin Kaepernick won't admit that the President of the United States actually has passed criminal justice reform that's gone against the mass incarceration bills of blacks. He's gone in. This president has given more money to historical black colleges and universities than any president in history. You know, Colin Kaepernick ignores the fact that this president has passed a stimulus package with opportunity zones to bring billions of dollars into the black community. So if you're going to bash the president, which you have every right to do so, you got to also admit when he's doing the things right for black and brown people. And if you want to go on the front lines and fight for black and brown people, people, I'm right here with you. I'm in these inner cities and helping these communities, that kids that are suffering. You know, I'm helping black communities all around the world. Join me, Colin. Join me. Let's do that. But we can't just pick and choose when things fit our political agenda. We want to bring sight to issues that match us, but we don't give credit where credit is due. We got to stop that. And this is exactly what's triggering a black awakening in America. I'm telling you.
You know, I knew you were an amazing player, a great athlete, a very big humanitarian, but you check all the boxes on being on top of all of this stuff, and it makes me very envious of you. So I want to end this interview right now. No, seriously, great job, my friend. Always learn a lot talking to you.
Man, thanks so much, Neil. That's humbling. I appreciate it, man. God bless you and your family.
You as well. He just says it, right? He just says it, just gets it.
You don't have to agree with my politics. But if you're black, you should definitely agree with my work and my passion for those folks in the prisons, for those kids in the inner cities, and for all the folks that need our help. You should be agreeing with that. I can tell you what, maybe I don't talk the right language. Maybe I should go back to 10, 15, 20 years ago when I used to speak a little bit differently, when I used to use some different words. You see, I'm a man of God, and I try not to use bad words. I try not to talk out against people, use hate speech. I try not to do that. But I know my people, and sometimes they need to hear it raw. So I got a brother who really told the truth and talked raw. Listen to me.
Where's all these fake ass social justice warriors right now? Where the fuck you fake ass niggas at? We just had a bill go to the Senate called the Second Chance Act that would allow over 100,000 men and women of all colors to come home from prison and get a second chance. Also allow individuals that are home right now to be able to get a second chance. And 57 of them fucking Democrats that you fucking punk ass sellout fucking cocksuckers keep voting for. 57 of them motherfuckers said no to this bill. All you sellout motherfuckers that sold your soul to this New World Order, Illuminati bullshit you motherfuckers keep running around, lying to black people, telling them fuck Trump, vote against him, vote for these Democrats, and these are the same motherfuckers that keep fucking oppressing us. I hate all of you. Every last one of you sellout token niggas. I hate your fucking guts. They just tried to destroy us, and they keep trying to destroy us. Now they don't want to let the brothers home from fucking jail that they put there in the first place, and you niggas keep advocating for them. I'm exposing all you fucking frauds.
My brother, I don't agree with the words you chose to use, but I agree with your message. And hopefully you can open up the eyes to some of our brothers and sisters who desperately need it. Let's get the fathers back in our community. Let's let the men out of prison. That's what I'm about. I'm Jack Brewer. This is the Daily Brew. Sometimes we have to keep the truth true. I always say, work hard, but love harder. I'm out, y'all.